This is WhyBeAre, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today we're going to be playing 2 games at once. So what games are we going to be playing? Well, I have some games from my childhood. I have Crash Team Racing, and then I also have Crash Team Racing. Yeah, I have 2 copies of the game, and I don't know why. Now, I'm not going to play 2 copies of the same game. Instead, I'm going to play the original with the remake called Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. Now, when I say we're going to play them at the same time, I really mean I have one controller, and it is going to control both of the games. We're going to try this. I'm almost certain this is not going to work, but we're going to try it. And I got to go to classic mode, and I got to choose my character strategically because the character selector is a little bit different between the 2 games. So I think if I line this up correctly, we will get the right character on both of them. I did it wrong. Because I like Tiny Tiger. I don't know why, but I always have. Like when I was a kid, I always used him. I'm still going to use him. So I selected him on the one game. Now I got to select him on the other game. And now let's try to fix the name because it's going to be a little bit of time while the other one loads. So let's make this say WhyBeAre, and then we save it. All the intro stuff has been skipped because I just want to see if this works. So you can see the controls are in sync. I am doing the same thing on both of them, and somehow one, I hit the level, the other one, I missed it. This is already going really, really poorly. Here's some good news. It's really easy to make both of the races start at the same time. You hit triangle, and as you see, they're starting mostly in sync. That makes it a lot easier to do both of the races with just one control. Now, you see the position I'm in right now, first and second? Don't think it's going to get much better than that. Actually, I had a first and first for a split second. Yeah, I wouldn't expect to ever see that again, but it's impressive how it lasted, right? So I should explain the way I'm doing this. I have 2 monitors in front of me. On the left one, we have the PlayStation 4 remake of the game. On the right side, I have the original PlayStation 1 game. Now, this setup wouldn't really work for you guys watching the video unless you also had 2 monitors that were side by side. 99% of you don't. So the way I did it for that is I just overlaid one game on top of the other one in the corner. But if I ever say left game or right game, when I say left game, I mean the new one. When I say right game, I mean the tiny old version in the corner of your screen. Now, I'm pretty sure this is using all my brain power right here to try to race and talk at the same time. This is not easy, but it's not going terribly. I'm not in dead last on both of them yet. I'm still in 7th place on the one that drove right off the track and is now in 8th place. So that's not as great as I was hoping it was going to be able to go. Like, I can't even finish a sentence without things happening. The first lap actually didn't go bad because the 2 games were in sync. Now they're just so far out of sync. I need to go left with one game and right with the other one. And I just kind of get myself all messed up. Like, I'm going the wrong way for a second here. Now I'm going the wrong way with the other one. I need to find a way to get these 2 guys in sync. So if I drop them both off of the water around the bridge, hopefully they'll be near each other. Okay, well, I dropped one of them in the water twice. I did not mean to do that, but it mostly worked out. They're much closer in sync than they were before, although it's still not good. I'm going to crash on the original game, and with that happening, I am now a good bit behind the remake. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on the game that I'm behind with. And with that game, I'm going to try to catch up to the one that's in front of me and then see if that'll get him in sync. So, kind of. Now I'm behind on the remake and I'm just smashing into one wall on one side and one wall on the other side. They are just all messed up. I fell off the road accidentally. Maybe this will get it in sync a little bit. No, that just made it worse. Now the remake is way ahead of the original and I'm smashing into the wall with the remake. Oh, this is going lovely. Like, I'm smashing into the wall just to try to make sure I go around the corner with the other one. All right, dump them both off into the water again. That kind of worked before, didn't it? Except I have to dump that one into the water twice because it's taking me so long to get the remake version into the water. All right. That's as close as we're going to get it, I'm pretty sure. And oh, no, I just dumped the original into the water when I didn't need to. The funny thing is the more laps I do, the slower my time gets. That's the exact opposite of most racing games. Most of the time, you get better after one lap, and then even better and better the more laps you do. Not the case here, because what happens is the cars become more and more separated, so it's harder and harder the same input to get both of them racing good. But I do feel like I could have done better than that. I feel like I could cut about, let's say, 25 to 30 seconds off of this time. So I want to get these done in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's my goal, and I think it's achievable. I do not think we can win both of the races. That is just going to be too hard. But I do feel like I had a lot of room for improvement. And once again, from the start, I get that first and second until I get hit by a rocket. And now I'm kind of dropping down to 3rd and 4th. I think that is an improvement over the last run, except I'm kind of messed up on this bridge. I was trying to make it where they would both go on the bridge, and instead one of them went too far left, the other went too far right. I don't know how I could have possibly got them both to go on the bridge in the situation I got myself into. And I just gotta point out, we're almost done with this lap, and I'm in the middle of the pack. The last time that was not what happened. No, I was in dead last at this point, so I am improving a good amount. I'm noticing though, I think the corner right before the finish line, that's the one that messes you up. Through here, I feel pretty good because we don't have to do any big corners. In fact, I got to second place and second place somehow, although I am dropping like a rock through the standings after that amazing maneuver there. I gotta get these guys in sync again, so we dump them off of the bridge once more, wait for them to both be on the road and go. The remake is a little bit ahead, and now we're both in 8th place. It's unfortunate. I have to fall all the way back to 8th place to get them in sync, but if they're not in sync, I don't think I have a chance. Okay, and here's the hard corner. Can we manage this? It doesn't look so good, does it? The remake is just smashing into a wall. I'm trying to get them out of the wall, and by doing that, I just end up smashing the original into the wall too. Okay, one of them's at the wall. The other one's going in the wrong direction. Oh, this has gone very, very poorly. Okay, go back to the strategy that works. Dump one of them in the water, and then while they're being reset, I can fix the other one. It's still way out of sync, though. I am so far behind in the original one. Thankfully, I was slamming into a wall with the remake, and now they're kind of in sync. Sort of. Like, we're in the same area, but we're in completely different parts of the road, so let's do the classic. Split at the bridge and meet up in the middle. That is, like, the best possible strategy I can come up with. Whenever you get to the bridge, one goes to the left, one goes to the right. They're both going to fall into the water, but then they're going to be in sync until you just drive right into the water with the one in the PlayStation 4 because you weren't paying attention to that one and you were looking at the other one instead. I wonder, actually, maybe I should do that more often because they actually somehow sync up to get across the finish line. That was the best I've ever had at that corner that I struggled with. And I almost did what I wanted to do. One of them was a 2:31. I want them to both be under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We are so close to that. I know we can make it happen. And if you notice that weird cut right there, that was because I somehow got the game menus out of sync, where one game was starting the race and the other one wasn't. And now I'm not even going to try to go across the bridge. Now I just know one goes to one side, one goes to the other. It doesn't really matter which. Just get them lined up and hopefully in sync. All right, that's good enough. Ha! I don't know if you guys saw that, but I went from 7th to 6th at like exactly the same time. The position change was in sync. Oh, I should not have done that. I should not have done that. I tried to do the drift where you get the turbo and stuff because if you actually want to drive fast, you have to do that. Except I feel like the physics between the two are just a little too different for that to work at all. They are way messed up. I just got to get these guys close to each other, and I think I kind of just did that naturally. I don't know exactly what happened. I was focused on the original, trying to catch it up to the remake, and somehow the remake was just right in the right spot at the right time. And that's actually kind of amazing, except I wish I didn't fall in the water right there. This is really messed things up. Can I just make him straight on this? Oh, no, wait. Oh, it almost worked. Okay, dump them both. Be patient. Go. Sometimes you just gotta say, you can't just keep pushing it. You can't just say, go, go, go. Push, 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 because you're just gonna drive terribly on both of them. You just gotta take a second and try to fix it, and instead, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I am just all over the place with this one. Yeah, if I look at my lap times, they ain't bad. Okay, well, the PlayStation original ain't bad. The remake, I have a minute on this lap. That's really bad. I have to have a really solid last lap for this to all work out. I gotta do about 45 seconds on the remake, and then, well, actually, I have a lot of time to do it on the original. In fact, on the original, I could actually still see some of the races ahead of me, and I might be able to catch them and overtake them. Okay, we're adjusting goals a little bit. New goal. Do not get last on the PlayStation original, and then on the remake, just get the time under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If I can do both of those, I have successfully accomplished my goals. See, right here, again, they're kind of out of sync, but I think that works better to get across the finish line, doesn't it? Oh, no, not exactly. Okay, forget the remake. I've crashed there, but I got 7th place And I got like 2 seconds to get to the finish line. Can we get there? Oh, so close. I'll take it. I will gladly take that. I was only about 1/10 of a second too slow. That ain't bad at all. Let's try this one more time. And again, we're going to adjust the goals a little bit. Every time you try to make the goals harder and harder and harder. This time, I want to be in first place on both of the games at any time past the first like 20 seconds. And really, my best odds of this happening are at about 21 seconds in. The longer you play, the less likely that is to happen. Kind of lucky. That rocket did absolutely nothing because it hit the game that was in front of the other one. All right, this is a little bit interesting. I only dumped one into the water that time. The other one, I didn't touch the water. Well, look at these positions we're gaining. Second and second, first and second, and I'm basically right behind them. You know what? I'll count that. Where we at? We're at 35 seconds in, and we made it, basically. So I say that is a success on that goal, and I'm still in first in the PlayStation one because I'm just kind of focusing on that one now. Now I've just ruined everything at this point because they're way out of sync. But yeah, that's going to end this ridiculous video. If any of you guys actually like Crash Team Racing like me, it's just I remember playing this game so much as a kid, so I have this real good nostalgia factor going on here. But if any of you guys would like to see more of this game, do leave a comment and I'll do a more regular style video. On this one, you know, I'll just kind of all over the place with this thing, trying to do 2 games at once with one single input. But on the next one, what I could do is I could do something where like I do one level in the PlayStation, then I do the level again in the PlayStation 4 version, and you can really compare and contrast the differences between the 2 versions of the game. I think that might be kind of interesting to do. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. And I guess I should also mention, if you saw graphical glitches on the PlayStation 1, that's because I'm using an emulator. It was the only way I could easily duplicate the controls for both games at the same time. If I do a video, like I said before, I'll be using my original PlayStation 1 and I'll use my upscaler and it'll look pretty good. I promise. Anyways, as I was saying, that's going to do it for this video. Until next time, this is WhyBeAre. And remember, if you like or dislike this video, I will know. I can tell by how out of sync the 2 characters are. So do the right thing, and I'll see you next time.